The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in the right place for the What You Need to Win Masterclass. And we have another minute or two before we get started. If you want to share this out on your social media, the link to share with your friends and fans and followers is whatyouneedtowin.com. Whatyouneedtowin.com. You can say, hey, I'm on this fantastic webinar. Get your butts in here. Whatyouneedtowin.com is where your friends can join you. That could be a tweet, that could be a Facebook post, that could be whatever you want it to be. And thank you in advance for sharing the love on that. I want to make sure that everyone can see and hear okay. So if you can hear my voice and you see the title slide here that says What You Need to Win Masterclass Series COVID-19 Edition, say yes in the chat, but without using the word yes. Let's get creative here. We'll have a little bit of fun. Give me an affirmative answer if you can see and hear 100% okay, but you can't use the word yes. Use any other positive affirmative response except the word yes. And wonderful, affirmative, okay, I, right on, absolutely, win, check, awesome, yup, wonderful, great, 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 very nice. There are many creative ways to give an affirmative positive answer, and why rely? Why rely on the old boring YES? There's so much more fun stuff there. And Gary's here, and April, and Ann, and Clyde, and Leanne, and Doc, and Peter, and Mark, and John, and Corrine, and Thule, and the hit parade just keeps on coming. Excellent. Well, let's get rolling. Let's get rolling into the content that you came here for. So we are in fact doing the What You Need to Win Masterclass, how to launch or relaunch your expert business in turbulent times. And I promised kind of a fast moving machine gun pace, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and keep it around 100 miles an hour. So strap in, hang on, take some notes, and this will be a rant, but it'll be a hopeful rant. So let's see how we do. First thing is, just as a foundation setting concept, I do want to acknowledge that COVID-19 has changed the business landscape forever. And I don't just mean for events and for conferences and for speaking and for training. I'm talking about the basic culture of the business landscape. So this is way, way beyond canceled and postponed events, moving your programs to virtual and remote delivery. There's a foundational value shift, priority shift, urgency shift, and problem shift in the prospects that we are now talking to who are operating in a kind of crazy, topsy-turvy, upside-down world. So this is the Matrix, and just like in the movie, you've got two choices. You can take the blue pill, the story ends, you wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. Hey, this will blow over, this is no big deal, I'm sure we'll get a vaccine and things will go back to normal, hunky-dory as usual. That's the blue pill. Or you can take the red pill, you get to stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes with new opportunities, new value propositions, new positioning, new packaging, and an entirely new vista of fantastic opportunities that await you in your thought leadership business. So let's start off with a very powerful success story right from the middle, torn from the headlines of the COVID-19 time period. Ray Engen came through our program, had a fantastic run. This was all within a 4 to 6 week period. $16,200 cash collected, $4,200 from one of his programs, another $12,000 from another. And the thing I love about what Ray's doing in the middle of all this craziness and mayhem and uncertainty, neither of these two programs existed when I got paid for them. Neither one of those two programs existed when I got paid for them. So this raises the question for you, what new offers can you make? What new value prop can you put out there in the marketplace? What can you sell before it even exists, because you know that your clients and prospects are desperate for new answers, new solutions, and outcomes and results that you're brilliant at delivering, and they need those outcomes and results now more than ever. So do not wait until something is perfect. Do not even wait until something is done in order to go out to the marketplace, open conversations, and start talking to people about how you can help them. You will be able to create programs that meet their exact needs and monetize them and get paid for them, even in the middle of this COVID crazy time. So, my buddies Corey Perlman and Jill Schiffelbein were the co-chairs of the 2018 Influence Conference that we did at NSA. The theme, of course, was the Matrix, and naturally, I chose the red pill. And I'm going to encourage you for the rest of our time together today, you also take the red pill. Let's see what new, exciting, big, innovative opportunities are awaiting you in this crazy upside-down world that we just got plugged into 7 or 8 months ago. Game plan for today: how to avoid dumb mistakes when moving your business online. I'm going to be peppering you with these truth bombs and some uncomfortable realities of what you need to win in this current environment of uncertainty, crisis, and turmoil, while increasing your value, increasing your impact, and increasing your profitability. And how to make a bigger dent in the gosh darn universe, how this is your moment, this time of uncertainty, this time of crisis, this inflection point that we're going through as a culture, as a business culture. This is a huge opportunity because no one knows what's going on. No one. And so this is a huge opportunity for you to innovate and dominate while there's all this uncertainty. Serve your clients, be radically helpful, be radically useful. And then I'm going to invite you to a really cool event that we're doing and that you are getting VIP access to if you want to go further and deeper down the red pill path. So, Q&A at the end, of course. We're going to hang out until every last single question based on today's teaching that you have is completely answered for you. I want to start with 3 cautionary tales that when things screech to a halt, a lot of times we're concerned about, hey, how do I get my business from 0 to 100 miles an hour? What's even more disconcerting is when businesses go from 100 miles an hour down to 0. So a $60,000 per month keynote business taken down to 0 in less than 10 days. That happened to one of our clients. And the way that he recovered, the way that he reinvented is incredible. And I'll share that story with you later. $200,000 of consulting contracts on hold indefinitely with all payments suspended. Also not great news for that consultant. And 3 corporate coaching agreements at $8,000 per month each. That's $24,000 per month total, evaporate in a 3-day period. So this was massive devastation to business as usual back in March and April of this year. I want to ask you right now from a revenue standpoint, because we've worked with people from 0K per month, 5K per month, all the way up to 50 and 60K per month. Your monthly revenue in terms of thousands of dollars, where were you before? So where were you in January, February of this year? And where are you now? So put in 2 numbers into the chat. I'm not going to share these. These are just confidential for my eyeballs only. But let's see what's going on here. So, it could be 10K before. It could be 5K now. It could be 20K before. It could be 30K now. So it might go up. It might go down. It might be roughly the same if you've been replacing revenue. And let's have a look. So 5 and 12, awesome. Here's 10 and 10, so that's maintenance, love that. 5 and 0, so that's not good. We totally need to fix that. Yes. So keep the numbers coming. I'm going to keep scrolling back here because they're flying fast and furious on my screen here. And I just saw a whole bunch come in. Same, 5 and 1, 15 down to 10, 24 and 24, staying the same. 85 to 12, just left corporate job. I went from 20 to down to 4,500, 15K to 1,500, 8K down to 5, same, 0, 0. Okay, so that's called only place to go is up from 0, 0. Okay, great. These are all good numbers, all good benchmarks. So whether you were up, down, or sideways, let's figure out how to recalibrate, how to set a new foundation, how to set a new baseline, and rebuild and accelerate as quickly as humanly possible. That's our goal. The challenge is that this situation is not going away. I talk to all kinds of smart people almost every day. Here's my friend Ed Rigsby and my other friend Mary Byers, both hugely tapped in to the associations and the meetings world. This is our $1 Million Speakers Group, where we have weekly meetings about these kinds of issues. And of course, I have my own little Facebook Live community of experts and clients and friends that we talk about these sorts of issues all the time. The fact is that the research says, and association and business leaders say, this is not going away. This is not temporary. This is not a glitch. This is not, hey, let's hang out for another 3 months, hiding under the desk, sucking our thumb. This is absolutely not going away. So Microsoft canceled all events through July of 2021, and they're going to look into cancel that even through the winter of 2021. Most of the meetings and industry publications that have to do with face-to-face meetings, so training and speaking and the conventions industry and the meetings industry, are putting out articles like Beating Down but Eyeing Innovation. This is the MPI Confidence Survey about what kinds of events people feel safe and not safe doing. And obviously, we're well into the 60, 70, 80% with all kinds of face-to-face interactions people still not feeling safe with. Then we have the MPI survey, Meeting Professionals International, which is all kinds of meetings leaders and business leaders and corporate leaders. This is the most negative outlook in the history of this survey. 59% of their respondents predict negative business conditions, not just for meetings and for conferences, but negative business conditions, period, like recession, depression, unemployment, etc. 59%, highest negative number in that particular survey's history. And then Morgan Stanley, this was earlier in the summer, they said some kind of back to normal in August, and obviously that didn't happen. And they're forecasting a second wave. Morgan Stanley's forecasting an entire second wave of contagion beginning in November of 21. November of 21, a little bit more than a year from today. So like I said, we have to adapt. We have to shift. This is, if not a permanent change, a semi-permanent change in the way that business is going to be conducted from now on. So here's what you need to win. We see a lot of these different certifications popping up, and everyone's now a virtual presenter, and you start to see these logos on everybody's website and everybody's social media profile. Here's the truth, that whenever you go where everyone else is going, whenever you hop on a bandwagon like this, you lose. Period. End of sentence. This is called self-commoditizing under new and different conditions. So when nobody had this seal, everybody was competing as a commodity. When everyone has this seal, now everyone is competing again as a commodity. So please take that to heart. Whenever you go where everyone else is going, you lose. Take a little beverage break here while you let that sink in. It's very important to zig where everyone else is zagging if you want to stand out, if you want to decommoditize what it is that you do. All righty. That was some delicious Dr. Brown's black cherry soda, in case you're curious. Now, let's talk about a decommoditizing strategy. Back when we had trade shows and events and conferences, if you were a vendor, if you were a consultant, if you had something to sell to that particular group, you would get a trade show booth. And of course, the moment that you act like every other vendor, because every other vendor has a trade show booth, you are commoditizing yourself. Now, contrast that with my friend Mark Levy. Mark Levy has never bought a trade show booth at any event that he has ever gone to, even though the attendees of that event are his perfect target market. So Mark runs a company called Levy Innovation. He's a positioning and differentiation consultant. You would imagine as a differentiation consultant, the last thing he would do is what everyone else is doing, because that is his area of expertise. So when Mark goes to a big industry event, this is his trade show booth. He sits down pretty much from the beginning of the event all the way to the last day and the last hour of the last day. He sits down with people in the lobby for one-on-one meetings. That is his trade show booth. And he differentiates himself by not being a commodity, by not being seen as a vendor, by not being seen as a peddler. And he will leave each and every one of these events with anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 of business. Way more than this guy selling I Trade Fresh, whatever that happens to be, from his little trade show booth with his little pop-up and brochures and a bowl of Hershey Kisses. So you want to definitely zig where everyone zags. Mark says, recently when I needed guidance where hundreds of thousands of dollars of potential business was in front of me, I knew to call one guy for help, David Newman. Run, don't walk to grab a spot at David's next event or hire him privately. You can't afford not to. So congratulations, you are at my next event. This is the next event, and strap in, hang on, lots more good stuff to come. And I'm glad you ran. I'm glad you ran to this instead of walked to this. Now, when everything goes haywire and we're taking all kinds of left turns, it's a fantastic time to recalculate everything in your business. When you miss a turn, when life throws you a curveball, this is your chance to recalculate everything. Your business model, your positioning, your packaging, your messaging, your outreach, your prospect, your offers, your sales process, who you're marketing to, why you're marketing to them, how you're marketing to them. Everything is on the table for re-examination, upgrading, and adjusting. And if you come into it with that mindset, you'll be much more successful in getting back on the right path quickly. The path to profitability and value and revenue and sales conversations that end up in a yes. So that's the recalculating I'm going to ask you to do, because the entire economy, the entire business landscape just took a wrong turn and we need to recalculate. One of the ways to do that is to do a little identity reframing and decide who you are right now. In this new now, in this new moment, think about these three circles. What are you passionate about? Circle number 2, who are you passionate about? And then circle number 3, looking back at the audience in circle number 2, what are those folks passionate to learn, do, or become now? Not before, not last year, not 2 years ago, not in February of 2020, but what are they working on right now that you can be an accelerant? You can be the rocket fuel that gets them there faster, surer, safer, and smarter, so that they get there and they get the outcome that they now want, given the new situation, the new constraints, the new opportunities, and the new barriers and obstacles and problems that they got since February. So think about that 3-part identity. Similarly, you can use the process of elimination. So who's not for you? Who would you never in a million years do business with, especially now, especially in this COVID crazy turmoil, crisis, turbulence, upside down time, where life is too short, my friends. You cannot work with clients who are a pain in the ass, don't pay their bills, don't respect you, don't follow your advice and instructions as a consultant, as a coach, as a trusted advisor. So look at your client list, look at your client roster, and who are you going to point to and say, never again? I do not want to work with this kind of company. I do not want to work on this kind of project. I do not want to be brought in to this kind of environment. And then think also, in your business, are you revamping, meaning that you're simply taking your mode from an offline mode to an online mode? Because if that's all you're doing with the old value prop, the old messaging, the old everything, you are at risk. And what I'm going to invite you to do on this webinar is to look at everything that you're doing through a lens of reinvention, meaning your business model, your strategy, the market that you're selling into, the industry, the kind of buyer, the kind of level of buyer that you're talking to, and then certainly your message needs to shift, meaning your value and your relevance and the urgency in hiring you and working with you. If you do the bottom 3 things, where we're really working on your model, your market, and your message, then you are in reinvention mode. If you're just taking the same old crap and doing it on Zoom, that is changing your mode, and that is not increasing your relevance, value, or urgency. In fact, it may be decreasing or hurting your value and relevance and urgency, because it's the same old crap, the same old stuff, and again, it's a self-commoditizing trap. So do not fall into that self-commoditizing trap. When you change your model, your market, and your message, I got 3 pieces of great news. Number 1, the more your services are in demand, the easier it is to sell in spite of yourself. meaning, oh, I don't like marketing, I don't like sales, I don't like reaching out to new people, I don't like any of that stuff. If your stuff is bought rather than having to be sold, life gets much, much easier. So if you are in demand, if you are something that is solving an urgent, pervasive, expensive problem, and when your buyers first hear about it, they say, we need to look into that, we got to get some of that, that's exactly what we need, you're going to have a lot easier time than persuading and convincing. I always tell our clients, you're not in the persuading and convincing business. You can drop that right now. You are in the filtering and sorting business, which brings us to point number 2. The better you are at filtering and sorting with your client selection, the worse you can be at everything else. Because great clients will do great work with you, and because of you, you don't need to do all the heavy lifting. You say jump, they say how high, and would you like me to jump again a little bit higher? And then beyond those two things, everything else is just a math problem of price times quantity equals total. If you want to add 10K per month in the middle of COVID crazy time to what you're doing right now, let's make that happen. If you want to add 20K or 30K or 40K per month on top of what you're doing right now, all we have to do is figure out what's being sold, what's the price, how many do we need to sell, what's the quantity, what's that total, and that's going to get you the math problem. So it's not a leads problem, it's not a marketing problem, it's not a sales problem, it is a math problem. And math problems can be solved. It's a question of getting everything else dialed in to support the math that you want to create in your business. Now, speaking of math and speaking of fees, let's talk about 3 scary fee mistakes that a lot of professionals make, especially during this COVID crazy time. And these are not only going to not cause you to win, they're going to cause you to lose. Because the moment that you start commoditizing your own fees, it's game over. So 3 scary fee mistakes. Number 1, in the new virtual world, with the new value prop, the new messaging, the new shifts, I don't know what to charge. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, I know what to charge. I'm afraid my prospects won't buy it. I'm afraid that the fees that I know I deserve, I will never get because I'm talking to the wrong people. So I know I charge too little. And then number 3, I charge a good amount, but then I always backpedal. I always cave on price like a cheap card table. So which one of those is for you? Number 1, I don't know what to charge. So type in I don't know or the number 1. Number 2, I know I charge too little. Type in too little or the number 2, digit number 2. And then number 3 is the word cave. So put in cave or number 3. And some people, of course, don't know and too little and cave. That's a problem. That's a problem. So if you say all 3 and a number of people are saying all 3, but getting better at it, 2 and 3, that's the idea. So please, let's stop doing these crazy mistakes. Charge for value, not for inputs. We're going to talk about that in a moment as well. If you know you charge too little, then I'm going to challenge you to have better conversations with different prospects. And then same thing with number 3. This is about having better conversations with different prospects and doing some of those shifts that I mentioned that will help decommoditize, right? Change your model, change your message, change your marketing, and you will be on a completely different track, talking to a completely different stratosphere of high fee clients who are not only willing to pay premium fees, not only able to pay premium fees, but they're expecting to pay premium fees. So we never want you caving on price for any reason. And thank you for popping in the survey, though. So fees are random. Fees are not random, my friends. That is a big myth that fees are just random. We pull them out of a hat. Fees reflect reality. And the number 1 biggest myth, of course, is that my fee is dependent on their budget. Your fee is never dependent on their budget. Never, ever, ever, ever. Your fee is dependent on your value. Value is relative to the buyer. Find better buyers, you will get better fees. Let me repeat that. Find better buyers, you will get better fees. Because here's the truth. Again, what you need to win. There's Walmart shoppers and there's Nordstrom's customers. If you're not getting the right kind of fees, do not change your fees. Do not cave on price. Do not lower the number. Don't change your fees. Change your clients. Let me repeat that. What you need to win. Don't change your fees. Change the clients that you're working with. Because the truth bomb is you'll never turn a Walmart shopper into a Nordstrom's customer. Never, ever, ever. That's too much persuading, too much convincing, too much browbeating broke people that will never want to work with you because they don't see the value and they don't see the relevance. So if you want Nordstrom's customers, start going into Nordstrom's and stay the heck out of Walmart. So do not change your fees, change your clients. And I've made every mistake in the book when it comes to this. I've gone from lost to very lost, undercharging, under earning, you name it. I will tell you the big shift, and again, what you need to win is to stop defining your value with your delivery methods. Meaning stop defining your value with coaching. And it's this many coaching sessions, and it's a virtual keynote, and it's 90 minutes, and oh my gosh, you should see my slides. And we have this amazing online course. No one buys coaching, no one buys virtual keynotes, no one buys courses, no one buys mentoring, no one buys any of those things. They buy the outcome of what will they get when they're done. So the value, the impact, the results, and the outcomes, plus the emotional payoff of achieving those outcomes, that needs to be in every conversation, every time, with every prospect that you ever talk to. So if you spend way too much time talking about your stuff and not enough time talking about their problem and their outcomes, you are going to be facing a lot of downward price pressure because now you're selling and pitching instead of helping and serving. And my advice to you would be another value bomb, what you need to win. Stop pitching and start helping. Stop selling and start serving, even before any money changes hands. Let me repeat that, even before any money changes hands. Because these days, to make an impact, you have to earn attention. With crazy busy buyers where their hair is on fire, the only way to earn their attention is to offer value. Offer something relevant, helpful, useful that they can implement right away, whether they hire you or not. I'm going to take another sip as you let that sink in. Very, very important point. We're living in an attention economy, which means that first you have to earn their attention before you get the right to earn their money. Think about that. Best way I've found to do that is with Happy Meal marketing, meaning that nobody leaves hungry. Every webinar, every video, every social post, every email that you send out should make your clients better off in some tangible way so that they will keep your material, they will refer to your material, they will recommend your material, and when they're ready for the beautiful 7-course meal in the big restaurant with the crystal chandelier, the 3 kinds of wine glasses, the 4 kinds of cutlery, and the white linen tablecloths and napkins, then they will come to your restaurant because nobody ever leaves your place hungry. And at the minimum, when they don't hire you, they don't buy from you, they get the Happy Meal marketing, which is every email, every LinkedIn post, every Facebook message, every video, every live stream, every webinar has standalone value that helps your clients be more successful. If you do that, you will win. Now, if you want to stand out in the marketplace, my best advice is to take a stand on your topic. Be more bold, be more opinionated, be more contrarian. Do not be afraid to share your own personal biases, slant, and personal and or client experiences. The internet doesn't need more vanilla information, doesn't need it from you, and it doesn't need it from me. What prospects are really hungry for is specific insights, guidance, and help that they cannot get anywhere else, So think about what can you do to put more contrarian, interesting, intriguing value into the marketplace. The moment that you do that, it's another decommoditizing strategy. They haven't heard it before. They haven't read it before. No one's ever talked to them this way before about their problems, challenges, heartaches, headaches, and gaps. You start to shed new light on new facets of old problems, and you will win their attention. You will win their attention. You might even win an door-opening conversation, and you might very well have won your very next client. I always tell people that as a professional consultant or coach or trainer or speaker or expert, you are a professional irritant. That if they wanted the same old crap in the same old way, they wouldn't be talking to you in the first place. But as a professional irritant, you're like that little grit of sand that gets into the oyster and creates the pearl. That's what creates the value. And another truth bomb and what you need to win is if you don't risk turning some people off, you will never turn anybody on. Let me repeat that one. I say this one a lot to our clients and to our folks that are in our programs, but it is so vitally important, especially now in this current environment. If you don't risk turning some people off, you will never turn anybody on. So please, please, please be more you. Be more contrarian, be more interesting, be more intriguing, bring more value, challenge their assumptions. There's a saying that mediocre people want their questions answered, whereas high achieving people want their answers questioned. You be the kind of consultant or outside expert or trusted advisor that helps your prospects question their answers. Question their answers, question their assumptions, and help them create bigger, bolder, bigger futures. Now, think about this for whatever topic you're offering. Do they still need all of these things? Leadership, strategy, innovation, diversity, teamwork, collaboration, engagement, culture, sales, marketing, presentation skills, work-life balance, retention, recruiting, change management, resilience, happiness, career change, finance, health, wellness, technology, future, networking, referrals, customer service. Yes, 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 they still need all of those things. What has changed is the context and the application. The context and the application have changed dramatically. So your content is needed, but the old context and the old frame of reference is gone. Gone, gone, gone. And you cannot ignore, for your marketing to work today, you cannot ignore the new reality. Now, I want to get you your hands on this special report. This is the MPI report that I was pulling that data from earlier. Pop open a new tab, go to Gift from David. giftfromdavid.com. I have a direct download. This is where these blurbs were coming from that I showed you earlier, right? From the meetings in the business industry, beaten down but eyeing innovation. Wouldn't you want to know what kinds of innovation, technology, and otherwise your clients and prospects are working on? This is also that survey is in this meetings Outlook special report. When you go to giftfromdavid.com, this also has all the details and all the breakdown of that attitude survey, where 59% of respondents predict a negative business conditions for the next foreseeable future. It's got employment trends, which also are not great. It has all kinds of statistics and data, not just about the meetings world, but about the business world. And I want you to have this so that you can start to change and shift the context of what you're offering, change the conversation, have some data at your fingertips that it's going to be very powerful and very persuasive, and that's going to help you close more deals. So again, that's giftfromdavid.com. It goes right to a Dropbox link. Download that puppy. You'll have all the detail behind all of these things that I was sharing earlier. Now, what you need to win is a different kind of value prop. When we're talking about reframing and recontextualizing what you do, take your same old topic and add some key phrases that increase the relevance and increase the timeliness. So you want to increase your now more than ever factor. Your topic in a recession, your topic when no one's hiring, during tough times, in a crisis, through a downturn, when nothing is certain, and one of my favorites is take your topic, what now, right? Nurse recruiting and retention, what now? Corporate strategy, what now? Right? This is torn from the headlines, acknowledging the current context in which your clients are operating in and saying, hey, this is not the same crap that I was selling back in February of 2020. This is a new consulting program, a new coaching program, a new mentorship, a new CEO roundtable, a new online course. It is made for the present moment. The context around your content needs to change. That's how you're going to win. That's how you're going to win. The sales language around this. You have to focus on the risks of not addressing mission critical issues. You have to reposition your offerings to address those exact issues and outcomes. The best way I found to do that is to use so that language. So that you get, so that you increase, so that you boost, so that you reduce, so that you eliminate, so that you slash, right? All the good things go up, boost, increase, build, skyrocket. All the bad things go down, reduce, eliminate, slash, cut. And so that is what connects your inputs to their outputs. So that is what connects what you do to their results. And that is result language. And if prospects are buying results, we have to sell them the results. Third one is to create urgency around the hair on fire priorities that they have right now by using phrases like before it's too late, in the next 30 days, and of course, my favorite, right now. Right now. Some examples. Ignoring X now when everyone else is remote can decrease Y even more. So that you protect, so that you extend, so that you preserve, so that you safeguard, so that you reduce risk, so that you reduce costs, so that you avoid problem X. Third one, if your sole focus is, if your number one priority is when X is all you care about, if Y is making you crazy right now, this is the right program, this is the right coaching package, this is the right consulting intervention, right? So think about what is their sole focus? What is their number one priority? What is all they care about? Position what you do to those focuses, to those priorities, and to those cares, and then say, listen, if your hair is on fire, if this is your sole focus, that's why I'm calling. That's why we need to think about doing this program together. That's what's going to get you the outcomes that you're after. So connect what you do with their sole primary focus in this new situation, in this new context. Here's another what you need to win, which is, for God's sake, stop building your home studio. Stop worrying about your lighting and your green screens and your backdrops. Building a home studio only commoditizes you as yet another virtual presenter. And instead, start building a remote business that wins on value, deep expertise, and hyper relevance to what your clients want right now. Just like you can't compete on the stage with all these other people that were competing on physical stages, trust me, my green screen is bigger than your green screen. My ring light is bigger than your ring light is a stupid, suicidal way to compete with anybody. That's not what's going to get you clients. That's not what's going to get you premium fees. What's going to get you premium fees is leave all that nonsense to the wayside and start building a remote business that wins on value, deep expertise, and tapping into exactly what your clients are up against in this present moment, right here, right now, and today. It's not about whoever has the biggest ring light or green screen or virtual backdrop is going to be so awesome and so fantastic that they're going to get all the business. That is a race you cannot win, and that is a race that you will not win. COVID-19 success story from our client Jen Kronberger, the amazing Jen Kronberger, as I like to call her, just closed a 6-figure deal with a hospital. This was not more than 3 weeks ago. Signed, sealed, delivered, 6-figure deal with the option to renew. So as soon as someone says, oh, clients are really busy, clients aren't spending money, everyone's hunkering down, no one's investing in coaching and consulting and programs, false, 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 false. Wrong, 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 wrong. They're not investing in the old crappy programs that you used to sell and market as a commodity, but they are absolutely investing in urgent, pervasive, expensive problems and smart consultants who are pivoting the context around their content so that it's a now more than ever value proposition, and that the results and the outcomes that they need today are the results and the outcomes that your program is now specifically engineered to deliver. And if you do that, you will win. Because basically, my friends, there are no rules anymore. There are no rules of any kind. In turbulence, turmoil, upside down, crazy time, it's like the Wild West. You can invent your new future. You can create a bigger, bolder value proposition, and just like Ray Engen, you can sell it before it exists. You can sell it and monetize it before it exists. So you set the rules, and you can run this business any way that you want. This is one of my favorite posts that I put on Facebook. It's by far the most shared and the most liked post that I ever put out there. It's got 614 reactions and it was shared 125 times. It was about you set the rules. It doesn't matter what your speaking fee is or was. If it's a corporate, association, nonprofit, government, big group, small group, local group, hey, it's in a nice hotel. Hang on, it's in a crappy hotel. Oh, don't worry, you get great exposure. No one else is getting paid. Don't worry, you can sell books. You'll get great leads. How about just 45 minutes or any other BS excuse? Well, it's virtual. Well, it's on Zoom. Well, we're all working remotely right now. Great. You do not need to cave on price for any reason whatsoever. The fee is the fee is the fee because the value is the value is the value. And if you don't believe it, why the hell should your clients? Let me repeat that. If you don't believe what I'm saying to you right now, why the hell should your clients? And they won't and they don't because the first sale needs to be to yourself. So the moment that you cut your fee voluntarily or give unasked for discounts or say, oh, well, it needs to be less because it's virtual, you are not shooting yourself in the foot, you're shooting yourself in the head. And that is crazy talk, so please don't do that. Here's the way the world really works. When you add more value and you help more people, you help more clients, you help more organizations, you're also creating more impact in the world. You're creating more change. You're a catalyst for improvement. When you're a catalyst for improvement, you will absolutely earn more because the value is commensurate with the profit that you make. So think of it in terms of these three things all interconnected. Add more value so you help more, impact, change more, be a greater, bigger, more frequent catalyst for bigger and better change and impact, and the money is going to be commensurate with the impact and the help and the value that you deliver. And if it's not, the only person whose fault that is sitting in your chair right now. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. Anytime you hear your fee is too high, I guarantee you three problems it's not. It's not your fee, it's not your program, and it's not their budget. You need to ask about financial impact of the work that you're doing, where they are, and where they want to go. And then the connective tissue, what you need to win is bridging language. Literally bridging language where you say things like, well, we're building a bridge to that $5 million company, or we're on the road to getting you that 30% profit margin, or we're moving the needle towards that 95% retention rate. Because when you talk to them about the outcomes that they said they wanted, you are the conduit, you are the connector, you are the bridge they have to cross. You are now a necessary evil that they need to pay to be the bridge or the catalyst or the change agent that's going to take them from where they are on this side of the bridge to where they want to go on the other side of the bridge. And the moment you do that, you make yourself indispensable to the value proposition that they said they wanted. Indispensable to the value proposition that they said they wanted. Another drink break while you let that sink in. All righty. Deb Rubin, another COVID-19 win from a couple of weeks ago. This is actually August, so it was more like 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. Email comes in, subject line is BAM. BAM. I love that subject line. Just won a $90K consulting project. Yes, August 24th of 2020, in the middle of COVID crazy. No one's spending $90K on consultants. Well, they are if you're solving urgent, relevant, expensive problems. And I asked her, was this the new one where we were kicking around the visual proposal pieces? And she answers down here at the bottom, yes, phase 1 as fast as possible. So in the middle of COVID-19 crazy upside down land, these deals are being cut. These checks are being written. These consultants, coaches, and trainers are delivering massive value in completely new ways around the same content, but in a different context and with a different outcome. Because the messaging, the packaging, the positioning, the value proposition, the articulation, the distinction, and the differentiation are all dialed into the new now. The new now. I try and avoid the phrase the new normal because there's nothing normal about what we're going through. But we do need to be selling, marketing, and adding value in the new now. The new now. A few weeks prior to this, by the way, Deb just sent me this screenshot of a Post-it note that she made in her office. Just closed 30K virtual workshop series. Hashtag do it marketing, hashtag make awesome happen. So this is not a one-off experience. This is not like, hey, once in a while we get lucky, we land a big whale, and then, we go whale hunting for 6 months with no additional revenue. This is stacking win after win after win after win on an ongoing, perpetual basis. Now, how do you close deals like this? I'm glad you asked. Here's the exact scripting I want you to use. For the program that we just talked about that will improve, boost, create, generate, reduce, slash, solve, fix, we talked about this language, right? All the good things go up, all the bad things go down. And give your folks the exact strategies, mindset, and skill set to move the needle on the results you said were the most important to you and the team. I have great news. The investment is only whatever thousands of dollars. The investment is only 15K. The investment's only $90,000. The investment's only 125K. When would you like to start? Do you want to put that on your company credit card? Do you want me to send you a invoice, purchase order? Tell me what your process is, and let's get going. So if it's natural, easy, and comfortable for you, it's going to be natural and easy and comfortable for them to say yes. Another thing, what you need to win in light of that last nugget is please stop nickel and diming your own fees, cutting prices because everyone else is doing it. What is this, my friends? Third grade? Absolutely not. And here's some third graders in case you forgot what third grade looks like. It is not third grade. If your brother jumps off a bridge, you're not going to follow your brother jumping off the bridge. Live by the mantra, solve bigger problems, get bigger checks. And what you need to win is to shift your thinking. If you're a consultant, you're not a professional consultant. If you're a coach, you're not a professional coach. If you're a virtual presenter or trainer, you are not a professional speaker or professional trainer. Everyone on this call is a professional problem solver. And if you do solve bigger problems, you will get bigger checks. I personally guarantee it. Stefan Bro came through our program. He's in our MBA program right now, as a matter of fact. He says, consulting project, first payment of $25,000. This was, again, just a couple of weeks ago. Now, I got to be honest, got to be truthful here. Stefan is from Canada, so it's 25,000 Canadian dollars. They're Canadian. They're not real. So what that really means is in US dollars, $19,009.60. I would not want to exaggerate any client result. I am not going to take advantage of the exchange rate with our friends up north. So that's not a $25,000 US deal. It is a $19,000 US deal and a beautiful $25,000 Canadian deal for Stefan. Again, in the middle of COVID crazy town. So if you think that deals are not happening, if you think that corporate buyers are not buying, you are mistaken. I could have shown you another 24 from the last couple of months, but we only have a limited time here. Now, if you kill your self-limitations, that's going to open the door to all kinds of good things happening in your business. And by self-limitations, I mean things like self-limiting beliefs, actions, goals, and fees. Acting small, treading water, getting too damn comfortable with just doing okay in your business. Survival is not enough. Survival is not why you started your business. You are here to win. You are here to be successful. You are here to help more clients. You are here to serve more people in your professional pursuit. And if you lost sight of that, it may be time to reconnect to your purpose and reconnect to your mission and your vision. Because the breakthrough happens when you say to yourself, imagine if it were easy. Imagine if it were easy. Intense focus and intelligent action. Stop being so damn comfortable. Think big, act bigger, and fully engage in what's possible for you in this new moment. Fully engage what's possible and that you can have your business exactly the way you want it today. You can be working with awesome, amazing clients, doing incredibly fun coaching, consulting, training, speaking, CEO roundtables, masterminds, licensing, sponsorship, whatever business model and whatever revenue streams you want to start, create, build, or boost. This is your time because there are no rules. You get to set the rules and you're in charge of your destiny. Bill Cates and I did some work together. He says, I run a multi-million-dollar business offering virtual training, consulting, coaching, and of course, speaking. David's coaching has been invaluable for me. Look, there are many people out there who tout their ability to help you grow your business, many of whom have never been successful themselves. Whether you're new or a seasoned pro, David Newman will show you how to run a better business and therefore make more money with a step-by-step process for tangible results. This is true before COVID, during COVID, after COVID, when we're living in this kind of post-COVID hybrid world. Value always wins. The delivery method is unimportant. The delivery method is unimportant. Value always wins. If we can dial in your value and your messaging and your positioning and your packaging, no matter what the world throws at you, you will be an in-demand, high-fee expert. And that's what we want for you. Now, ask yourself, out of all the things that we talked about, is something missing? Or are several things missing? Well, you need to work on adding it. You got to add what's missing. Is something messy? Well, let's work on fixing it. And if something isn't quite aligned the right way, it's not quite fitting into the puzzle the way that you want it to, the engines are not all firing on the same cylinders, pivot it. Add it, fix it, pivot it. Now, that sounds like an easy kind of thing, much easier said than done. If you're not sure how, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes here inviting you to work on all of this with me for 2 full days. Join me for 2 full days and we will do it together. We will do it together. Now, normally, to work with me privately, a 2-day VIP experience is $12,000. We used to do these in person in my living room. We would put people in the comfy chair and slap them around for 2 days. We now do this on Zoom. A 1-day VIP day, just a 1-day experience, is $8,500. And for folks that want a single hour of private consulting, I charge and get $1,000 an hour. Now, what we're offering here is something that looks like this. We sit down, we work on your exact business. We do a deep dive hot seat. We talk about business model, service model, revenue model, packaging, positioning, business model, what the most important differentiators that will get you the high fee clients that you want to get. We organize, sort, and prioritize our agenda. We look at getting you out of scattered overwhelm and into focused and empowered action. We talk about results that you generate for your clients, so we do a result audit. We do implementation ideas of specific action planning for the next week, the next month, the next 6 months, the next year. We build out your ingredient list of all the things that you need to think about, create, do, have, build, write, and we start writing them. And then we look at niche and target market and where can you, what is the very best fit for your expertise so that you have this dialed in target market niche specialization, because experts win on value and generalists die on price. So that is how the day works. Now, let me share, I've got a couple videos here for you, and I hope this works. Well, Sam and I tested this earlier. I am not going to use these embedded videos. I'm going to use the videos here that I uploaded into GoToWebinar. So bear with me. I want to show you three folks that experienced this firsthand. So let me start with the first one. I hope this comes across for you. Let's see if it does. Please sit tight for a moment.
So at this,
Whoop, there we go. All right. So we are back. We are back. I love what Jim Comer said about, you know what? I'm going to pay the IRS and I'm going to go to Hawaii. So here's what we have for you. This is our Expert Profit Intensive program. And I have an invitation letter for you. If you go to doitintensive.com, doitintensive.com, I'm going to walk you through it right now. And then we're going to go to our Q&A. I'm going to give you some special pricing on this that's only available to you on this webinar. And then we will get all of your questions answered about everything we talked about today. So let me get out of here. Whoops. And that's there. This is here. So now we should be live in the document. You can come in here with me. Go to doitintensive.com. Is everyone seeing my screen here where I'm sharing the same Google Doc that you're looking at? And just type yes in the question box if I'm doing this the right way, because I'm changing all kinds of screens. I'm going all kinds of crazy in here. So yes. Thank you, everyone. So Dell and Gary and Sherry, terrific. So here's what this is. This is a 2-day experience. And again, come on in here with me if you want to. Doitintensive.com, doitintensive.com. It's called our Expert Profit Intensive. It is a 2-day experience limited to 10 people. It's going to help you quickly gain total clarity about the best path forward for your expert business with a customized strategic assessment, 2 days working closely with me, your one-on-one deep dive hot seat, which is what Richard talked about and what Jim Comer talked about. Scott did the whole 2-day experience. He actually flew out from California. And a 12-month business growth action plan. So this is happening in about 2 weeks. It's October, pardon me, it's October 26th and 27th. Let me get another quick little drink here. I'm just going fast and furious. I got to make sure the vocal cords are happening. There we go. So it's 2 weeks from yesterday is day one. 26th and 27th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., virtual, no travel, 10 clients maximum. So ordinarily, this kind of deep dive situation is only available to my private clients or folks in the Platinum Council or folks in our other programs that get some intensive one-on-one personal time with me. So there are 10 spots, and it is a potent shot of clarity, confidence, and revenue growth. So these are some of the things that we might work on. Growing your audience by doing what's most fulfilling and unique to you, how to win more virtual training, coaching, and consulting clients in ways that feel authentic, craft your positioning and packaging to stand out and convey your value in a compelling way like we talked about a moment ago, how to generate revenue that is more consistent, more scalable, and more sustainable in the new now, create an aligned action plan that you find easy, effortless, and enjoyable, and that does not follow a cookie cutter formula. Shift your business model to better suit your strengths and preferences, and create a straight line path to your personal, professional, income, lifestyle, and freedom goals. So this is for you if you feel unclear about what's next in your business and the best way to make that happen. You know that you're ready for bigger things like we talked about on the training today with your business and with your brand, but you feel stuck getting there. You want some outside perspective to help you identify the things that you might be missing because you're too close to your own business, or you feel you have a ton of opportunities and new ideas and assets, but you're unclear about how to tie it all together to get the greatest results and make the biggest impact. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a couple of days together. I'm going to have you do some pre-work that you're going to send to me ahead of time. Over the course of that 2 days, you get a deep dive hot seat like the one that Jim experienced, like the one that Scott experienced, etc. You're going to receive a recording of the full 2-day event, including your deep dive hot seat, so you can review and refine your notes and prioritize and implement your plan. And all these things are open season of, depending on where you are and what you want to do, they might be the result of exactly what we work on. So refine your positioning, launch your new products, programs, services, land more and better clients for all of your different profit centers, develop a high probability prospecting plan, upgrade and gain rock solid certainty about your pricing and your fees, uncover some low-hanging fruit opportunities and some hidden fast cash strategies in your business, build your sales process that takes prospects from first contact to signed contract in a way that you find easy and organic and natural, and God forbid if I say fun, and identify opportunities to add scaling strategies for exponential growth. So you get the pre-work assessment, you get the full 2 days with me, you get the hot seat, you get 7 days of follow-up consulting via email, you get your action plan that you walk away with. I am really, really great at revising and upgrading your marketing and sales copy, so your verbal and written language. Any resources and recommendations for people or technology or tools that are in my Rolodex, you are welcome to those. I share those freely during these intensive sessions, and any relevant connections and introductions. So if you want to meet certain kinds of people, certain kinds of service providers, certain kinds of fellow colleagues and consultants that are in a similar industry, again, open Rolodex, open source of introductions. Everyone else is doing $24.97. You are not doing $24.97, so let me get back into the slides and we'll talk about what you are doing. So on this webinar, we talked about the 2 days is normally 12 grand, the 1 day is 8,500, the $1,000 an hour. All the other unwashed people that are coming into that are doing the $24.97. For you, it's not $24.97. We're taking $1,000 off of that right now with a coupon code WOW. WOW, wow. And so it's $14.97 for everything that you see in that invitation letter, $14.97 when you enroll during this webinar. So to enroll, the enrollment link is at the bottom of the letter. You can certainly click that link if you want to. The link that takes you right to the checkout page while we're talking, while we're doing our Q&A right now, is getinherenow.com, the famous URL that I use for all kinds of fun things. Today, that goes into your Expert Profit Intensive checkout page, getinherenow.com, getinherenow.com. You're going to scroll down. You're going to type in the special coupon code from this webinar, which is WOW. You're going to hit the apply button. And when you hit the apply button, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see that $24.97 magically became $14.97 for you. So it's $1,000 right off the top. It will never be cheaper for anyone, anywhere, anytime. People say, well, is he going to send an email tomorrow where it's $12.97? And the answer is no. So this is as cheap as it ever gets. We've sold these for $24.97. We sometimes do a $19.97. It has never been and never will be $14.97 again. So this is your opportunity to hop in, set the foundation for an incredibly strong 2021, and work with me personally over the course of 2 days in a small group, limited to 10 people, so that you absolutely get what you need to finish the year strong and build the foundation for next year the right way. So you're going to hit that $14.97. Make sure that the price drop came in from the coupon code WOW, W-O-W. You're going to hit enroll now, and then you're in. So you're getting the 2-day live intensive. It's virtual this time. Ordinarily, we do it in various cool places, but it's virtual, so no travel. October 26th and 27th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Deep dive hot seat for you personally. Everyone gets a deep dive hot seat, 45 to 60 minutes, just working on you and your stuff for your exact goals. 7 days of follow-up consulting via email. All of this is in your letter, of course, the invitation letter. Action plan for the next 12 months, marketing and sales language, and the resources and recommendations, the people, tech, and tools that I recommend, and I'm happy to introduce you or tee you up when you go to getinherenow.com. Coupon code is WOW. There are a limited number of spots. We are limiting attendance to ensure that everyone gets personal attention. 2 of these spots are gone as we speak. 8 spots are left as of right now. We're about to go into our Q&A. We'll probably sell a few more in there. You save $1,000 right now, right here, right now, during this webinar while we're live on the air. Coupon code is WOW when you enroll during this webinar. I'm also going to give you a 100% money back guarantee that you enroll, you go to getinherenow.com, you put in coupon code WOW, you get the very best, most preferential rate this is ever going to be. I send you all the prep materials. We go through everything on day one. I want you to attend all of day one. And then at the end of day one, I want you to personally and privately let me know if you're not getting amazing value and you're not seeing the dramatic impact for your business. If that's the case, I will refund your $14.97 on the spot. Boom, 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 just like that. We have never had anyone come to any of our events, live or virtual, that has activated that guarantee, but there's always a first time. And I want to make sure all the risk is on me. All the risk is on me. So you have a 100% money back guarantee. Enroll at getinherenow.com. Coupon code is WOW, WOW. Come to all of day one on Monday, October 26th. The very end of day one, you're not blown away. You're not getting massive value. You are 100% covered. I got your back, and we will do a full on-the-spot 100% refund of your enrollment fee. So, like I said, 8 spots right now. We're about to go into our Q&A. Here's the recap of everything that you get. 2-day live intensive, virtual, October 26, 27, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Deep dive hot seat, 7 days of follow-up consulting with me personally via email, action plan for the next 12 months. We're going to rebuild your marketing and sales language. You're going to get every resource, every recommendation, every tool that you need, and it's all backed up with the 100% money back guarantee. Attend all of day one. Let me know if you're not getting amazing value and impact for your business. Getinherenow.com. Coupon code is WOW, WOW. So pop on in. I'm going to keep this countdown going here as the enrollments start to come in. Let's do some questions. We are in our Q&A officially right here, right now. It's 7 minutes past the hour. Who's got the first question? What can I answer for you about any of today's training, about what you need to win, positioning, packaging, pricing, new context, prospecting, how to redeploy what you do in a way that clients go, oh my God, I want that, I need that, that's exactly what we're up against. You sound like the smartest person, the handsomest, the tallest, the sexiest, who can help us with this problem. And let's go to questions. And let's see, we've got one already. So I'm just looking on my phone here. So now we're down from 8 to 7. Whoops, that's not what I want. I want to come out here. I want to change this. And now we have 7 seats remaining. So that is totally fantastic. Good. And let me open up the question queue. If you asked a question earlier, there may have been some questions flying by before while I was ranting and raving, and I missed them. So feel free to retype those questions now so they'll float right to the top of the question queue. And then let's go into Gene is saying, what a great deal. Yes. It is a great deal. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. Ruth is saying, will this work for new folks? Absolutely. This will absolutely work for new folks. And you can be anywhere on the spectrum from 0 to hero. 0 meaning that you're literally starting out at square 0. You're not clear on value prop. You're not clear on positioning, packaging, what you should be selling, how to deploy your skill set. So this is not, there's no prerequisites for this. You don't need to be coming out of one of our existing programs. Although, Ruth, I know that you are an alumni of one of our programs, so I think this would be great for you, actually. But there are no prerequisites, and you can be starting out, you can be mid-career, you can be elite, you can be advanced, you can be beginner, you can be literally not even launched yet. So even before new folks, people sometimes say, well, I still have a day job. I'm building my kind of side gig. I'm building my side hustle. Should I be, is this too soon if I'm still in my day job and I'm building my side hustle? The answer is no. In fact, one of the things that I love is a good paycheck. People say there's 3 things that are super addictive: sugar, carbs, and a paycheck. And if you're not sure, like, when do I cut the cord? When do I make the leap? this is about dig your well before you're thirsty. So you want to pop in to getinherenow.com. Make sure to type in the coupon code WOW. Click on the apply button. Make sure the apply button you click so that the $24.97 immediately drops down to $14.97. And then you will save your spot. You will save your spot. I'm just going to go to my phone here, check for some new stuff coming in. And wonderful, Ruth, I see that you're in. So thank you for asking that question. That's awesome. So 7 becomes 6. Super excited. And this will be great, Ruth. This will be a fantastic, fantastic experience for you. All right. Let's see. Brenda says, what's the difference between this program and High Fee Mastery? So High Fee Mastery is a curriculum, right? This is really a 2-day intensive hot seat mastermind experience where we are going to get you positioned, packaged, ready to market, ready to sell. Not only, Brenda, the High Fee Mastery program, if you want to go that way, but all of your profit centers, whether that is consulting or coaching or virtual speaking or virtual training, workshops, online courses, licensing, sponsorship, opening up new markets, launching new services, launching new profit centers. So it's more comprehensive, and I think it will also help you put the High Fee Mastery content into a new perspective. So Brenda, I think if you did not have a chance to finish some of that foundational work in the High Fee Mastery program, this will be both the jump start and the rocket fuel to get you going with that set of profit centers, the group coaching and the group masterminds, and also anything else that you're working on. Anything else that's important to you, anything else that you're working on right now, Brenda, I would encourage you to hop in and do this so that we can really get you positioned and packaged, not only for your long-term success in 2021, but generating some fast cash now at the end of 2020. Let's make Q4 of 2020 the best, strongest quarter of the year. So you've got to pull the nose up on the plane before it's too late. And I've got one more check here on my email, and we do have one more person that just popped in. So now we are from 6 down to 5. And let me go back into our questions. So 5 spots left as of right now. Getinherenow.com. Coupon code is WOW, WOW. Gary's saying, how much homework is there before and during the program? So great question, Gary. And I think, again, selfishly or selflessly, I think this would be awesome for you as well, knowing you as I do as a multi-program alumni. So it's maybe an hour of work before the 26th and the 27th. We work together for those 2 days in a small group with a maximum of 10 other people, and we might not make it to 10. We might end up with 8. We might end up with 9. We might end up with whatever. So right now we have 5 in the door. It is not a lot of work after. I mean, the whole thing is to get clarity, marching orders, and a plan. And then after our 2 days, and of course, you also have the 7 days of follow-up consulting in case we missed something or you want to clarify. And David, how about this? And David, I forgot to ask you about that. So that, you get a little bit of window there for us to crystallize the game plan for you. After that, it's pure implementation. It's doing the work that you should be doing anyway. It's implementing the outreach and the strategies and the prospecting and the visibility and the credibility tools to get people to raise their hand and say, Gary, I love what you're doing. We need what you're doing. When can we bring you in? How can we work with you? What does that prospecting and lead generation look like given the new now that your clients are facing, et cetera? So this is not a learning program. This is a doing program. That's why it's compressed into 2 very intensive days, and that you are working on your business. We are getting lessons and kind of cross-pollinating from each other during this intensive 2-day hot seat mastermind, and you're getting plenty of attention and focus on what you're doing, and you're also getting ideas as I break down other people's business model, messaging, packaging, positioning, outreach, right? You're going to see that 10 times over. If we get 10 people, you're going to see that 10 times over. One of those will be yours. 9 of those will be other ideas, other things that you can tremendously benefit from. So sometimes someone else asks a question that you didn't even think about asking about your business, and that's the golden strategy. That's the magic key that unlocks your dilemma or problem or stuckness. So it's a very intimate, very small group. We have plenty of time. There's a little bit of socializing. We have a little bit of lunch happening. There's a little bit of some fun things happening at the end of day one. But it's work. I mean, it is work. It is an intensive. That's why it's called intensive. It is an intensive experience. So it is laser focus on your business, and then connecting and cross-pollinating with 8 or 9 or 10 other like-minded business owners. Everything focused on what we talked about today: messaging, positioning, packaging, prospecting, outreach, sales, fees, pricing, not caving on price, increasing your value in the context of the new situation that our clients are in right now. So let me just go back into my phone and we'll see if some more folks popped in here. I think, do I see one more? I do not see one more. Just a little spinning thing here. So no new sales since that last rant. But Gary, I think this would be great for you. I really do think that based on, especially if you're super busy and you want 2 days of compressed focus on business and revenue generation and positioning and packaging and kind of the rocket fuel and the accelerant, so to speak, I think this would be great. And then Dell says, after 2 days and the 7-day email window, we are responsible to do whatever we plan. Correct. That's right. I mean, it's kind of like a shot of espresso. Probably a triple shot of espresso. So it is not a big, long, drawn out kind of thing. We can talk about ways to continue the work on a more formal basis, of course. But this is meant to be a triple espresso. Strap a rocket pack to your butt, put the compass, the GPS, and the roadmap in your hand, light the fuse, and then bam, you are out the door in implementation mode, closing deals, making things happen like you saw on this webinar with Jen and with Deb and with Stefan and with all the success stories of people that were closing big deals. They were closing big deals, $90,000 deals, $30,000 deals, $100,000, $125,000 consulting, coaching, organization-wide, enterprise-wide training, consulting, and coaching deals in the middle of COVID crazy time. Our first example, of course, was Ray, who did $16,000 on smaller scale programs. But hey, $16,000 is $16,000. I think it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. So, and again, this is about changing up your offers, right? Should you have a $2,000 offer and then a $10,000 offer and then a $25,000 offer? You probably should. And what does that model look like? What does your elevation and escalation model look like? When people come in, you want to be able to upsell, cross-sell, have them repeat, refer, and recommend so that you don't need a whole bunch of new clients always. You can continue serving your existing clients at deeper and higher levels. So this is the big problem, I think, with a lot of consultants and entrepreneurs. We're so busy with generating leads and lead generation and new names and new blood and new contacts. You do one piece of business once and then you let that client go. That's literally tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're leaving on the table. I was talking to one of my clients this morning, and he was retelling me a story about how important this is in his business. And the metaphor that a friend of his used, he said, it's like you're going out and you're hunting a buffalo. And when you kill the buffalo, you take this little tiny piece of steak from the middle of the buffalo, and then you cook that up and you eat it and you serve it, and you're not touching the rest of the buffalo. He says, you are leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table with every coaching gig, every speaking gig, every virtual training, every consulting that you're not upselling, cross-selling, and inviting them to the next step. So if you need to figure out what's the structure of my offerings, and what can I be selling for 2K, 20K, and 100K, like we saw some of these success stories. That's part of what we're going to work on. That's part of what we're going to work on as a group for everybody, and it's part of what we can certainly work on for you in your hot seat. It is certainly something that we can work on for you in your hot seat. So again, the URL is getinherenow.com, getinherenow.com, and the coupon code is WOW, W-O-W. If you want to see the details, the invitation letter that I put online for you, that URL is doitintensive.com. And at the bottom of that takes you to the same link, and the same coupon code works. That's not in your invitation letter because that invitation letter is going out to everybody, our past clients, our email list, etc. But no one is getting a better rate. No one is getting a better rate than this $1,000 off, $1,497, for us to spend 2 intensive days together, October 26th and 27th. Deep dive hot seat, 7 days of follow-up, action plan for the next year, marketing and sales language, all the resources and recommendations for the people, tech, and tools that we use to run our business, by the way. So these aren't just, oh, go over here and look at this and go over here and talk to her. These are people in our personal Rolodex that we use to run our business. And of course, the 100% money back guarantee. Attend all of day one. At the end of day one, privately, offline, let me know if you're not getting amazing value and impact for your business. We'll give you an instant 100% refund of your enrollment. So you have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And so now we got 3 folks coming in, which is totally fantastic. So that's great. Gary, you're in. Awesome. Excited about that. And Jill is in. Excited about that. And Allison is in. Super. So that is 3 more on the countdown. Let's take this down from 5 to 2. And by the way, we are truly limiting this. So people think, is he kidding? Will there be like 56 people in this program? There will not be 56 people in this program. So when these 2 are gone, we're done. When these 2 are gone, we're done. Let me go to more questions. Let's see, Brenda. Will you help me on the HFM with, yes. So Brenda, we can totally work on that. And especially if you want to get in on this with getinherenow.com, coupon code is WOW. You and I can work on the 2 days, and then we can extend it based on the message that you just sent me. So that is very, very possible. All right. Dell says yes on big deals. Awesome. And Brenda, you're in. That's great. Tremendous. I'm behind here on the notes. So Brenda, terrific. And I was behind in the question queue, so I apologize for some confusion there. But yes, you're already in. Terrific. Yes, Brenda, I do see that your payment came in, and that's tremendous. Okay. So last two seats. What other questions can I answer about this 2-day experience? What other questions can I answer about overall what we're doing in the training today, about the positioning, the relevance, the value, the decommoditizing yourself, right? Every time that you do what everyone else is doing, you lose. So don't rush to get your whole webinar rig set up. Don't rush to get your big box lights and your green screen and your super duper, mega camera switching board. The moment that you do that, you're competing as a commodity. Just like we were competing as a commodity to get live stages or offline consulting and coaching, doing the newfangled thing like everyone else is doing the newfangled thing is a sure recipe for self-commoditization. I always say, people say, man, corporate America, they always commoditize consultants. They always look at us like we're interchangeable, like we're all the same. And I say, well, it's worse than that. The buyers don't commoditize consultants. Consultants commoditize consultants. And they do that by acting the same, looking the same, sounding the same, and doing the same things that every other consultant does. and trying to blend in and trying to play it safe. That's why I said earlier, you're not going to turn anybody on if you don't risk turning some people off. Or I actually said it the other way, which is better. You're never, right? If you don't risk turning some people off, you're never going to turn anybody on. And as a professional irritant, and as a professional catalyst, and as a professional change agent, we have to not only sound different and act different, we have to be different, and we have to deliver different. And if you can do that, you will win. If you can do that, you will win. I guarantee it. I totally guarantee it. Petra says, anything to prepare beforehand for the 2 days? So yes, I'm going to send you some pre-planning materials. I'll probably send that out this afternoon. It's going to be a self-assessment. It's going to be kind of a business diagnostic. There's 2 pieces of paper. Very simple. And Petra, are you already in? Did you already sign up? GetInHereNow.com, coupon code WOW. So you will get, if you're signed up, when we wrap up here, I will send out all the goodies to the folks that signed up, and I'm very excited about that. Let me just check our count here real quick, make sure I'm not overstaying my welcome. No new stuff yet. Okay, good. So we still have 2 spots as we speak right now. And Petra, I can't tell just on my email if you're signed up yet or not. But if you are, if you're not, rather, grab one of the 2 remaining seats, and that would be great. Oh, and yes, Charlie. So a lot of people that came to our 3-day event completely fell in love with our COO, Charlie Posnack. And Charlie runs our business, and he is the strategy and the vision and the long-term growth catalyst that makes our business tick. He is going to be there. He is going to be there during our 2-day live intensive. So not only do you get my brain, you get Charlie's brain, which on many days is so much better. So much better, so I'm the right brain, crazy, creative, marketing, languaging, positioning, packaging guy, and Charlie is the analytical, dollars and cents, systems, forecasting, process, revenue, cash flow, granular. The magic word for Charlie is granular. Let's break this down. Let's make it, doable. Let's do some projections. Let's figure out where we're going. Let's do it in a very organized, planful way. So you are getting both the right brain and the left brain for 2 days on October 26th and 27th. And I think you will get a huge amount of value from both of us whispering in your ear and doing all kinds of fun things. And Dell says, I want one of those spots. Well, how do we get one of those spots for Dell? And Petra says, I'm checking my calendar right now because I'm in Germany and having an appointment at 4 p.m. When will we start? So we start at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, which is, I guess that's, is Germany 7 hours ahead? 6? What is it? It's going to be close. If you're just missing an hour at the beginning, Petra, I would say don't worry about it. If the rest of your time is available, great. I would take naps, however, because it looks like 6 p.m. is going to be either midnight or 1 a.m. in Germany. I'm not sure if it's a 6 or 7 hour difference, but I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. And take naps. Take naps early in the day. So it's okay if you stay up until midnight or 1 a.m. Pretend it's the Oscars. Pretend it's World Cup soccer. Pretend it's some big global event. Because when Petra comes, it will be a big global event because she'll be zooming in from Germany. So that's going to be great. Dell says, I have to go and deposit some money. Okay, perfect. And Petra gives lots of smiley faces. So I'm just going to assume that Dell and Petra are in. Is that a safe assumption? I mean, we can close this down. We can keep it open for another 5 minutes. But Dell, if you're 100% committed, you're a man of your word. I will take you at your word. And Petra, if you're 100% committed after doing the calendar check and the time difference check, we'd love to have you. We'd love to work with you on those 2 days if you don't mind taking naps. So Dell says yes, 100%. Okay, so based on Dell saying yes, 100%, and moving some cash around, we're now down to 1. And Petra, what do you think? Is this a yes from you, Petra? Are you pretty much 99.5% ready to commit? Because then we'll just take this puppy down to 0 and we're done. I hate to sound like an auctioneer, but it's like going once, going twice, and the hammer's about to fall, and we're about to point over to Petra and say, Petra, you win the auction. You win the auction for the very last seat. And Charlie, you know, we forgot to auction off the last seat. This last seat could have gone for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. But no, people are getting it for $14.97 when they do getinherenow.com and the coupon code WOW, because we're literally down to one seat, depending on what Petra wants to do. We could have auctioned off the last seat. I didn't even think about this. And I thought you were the money guy. So getinherenow.com, seriously, folks, we have one seat left, one open spot. Getinherenow.com, coupon code is WOW, W-O-W. I'm going to check just one more time to make sure that I'm not overstepping here, because we really, you know, the clock does not allow us to have more than 10 folks. So yeah, I think we're in. And Dell's in. Dell's a man of his word. Payment's right there. Boom, boom, boom. And Petra's in. So we're done, my friends. We are done. Thank you. I cannot wait to work with these 10 amazing rock star entrepreneurs. I'm going to be there. Charlie's going to be there. We're going to send you some pre-planning materials right now this afternoon. Thank you. Awesome. There's 10 rock stars about to lift off into the stratosphere, and I cannot wait to work with you over those 2 days and then watch your progress escalate and elevate faster and further and better and higher. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are fantastic. We will be in touch ASAP, and we will see everyone next time. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.